the last question, question 11, could take a very long time, but there's lots of marks you can pick up that isn't too much. First of all, just find the exact value of something. So just tap that into the calculator. This was just to get you into the question, and that gave root 3 over 2, something you should know, but it's in the calculator now. And then you're looking at this triangle and thinking, panicking for a moment. I mean, one thing you could do is just work out that that value, that angle there is 45 degrees, and that gets you another mark there. And then realize that we're looking at the sine rule. And so we could say we've got 4x minus 1 divided by the sine of 45 equals 8x minus 3 divided by the sine of 120. That's why we needed to work out the sine of 120 earlier. What is the sine of 45? That's another one you should know. That's root 2 over 2. And this one here we had earlier, root 3 over 2 there. So really, getting down to there, we've probably got 4 marks there. Now the next bit is all the algebra to try and sort this thing out. So dividing by the fraction here is the same as timesing by that one upside down. So I've got 2 lots of 4 minus x here over root 2 equals 2 lots of 8x minus 3 over root 3. I think I might just cancel those 2's rather than multiply it out. You could do whatever you like there. And now I'm going to multiply up these square roots. So I've got root 3 times by 4x take away 1 equals root 2 times by 8x minus 3. The problem with you watching me do this is there's so many different ways of going through this algebra that I don't necessarily want you to do it this way, in that I might do this again and do it another way around. Once you've got into a line like that, though, we do have to try and get all of the x's together. So I'm going to put them over here by taking away 4 root 3 x's from both sides, and I'm going to add that to both sides. Because then I can factorize out the x. And the last line of this bit here is to divide both sides by this part, 8 root 2 minus 4 root 3. So that is sort of the next couple of marks there to get down to something looking like that. The jobs to go after that now, because it's not looking exactly what you've got here, is we need to rationalize the denominator here. So to rationalize my denominator, yours will be different. My one here, I need to times both sides by, and because it's a show that, you do need to show what you are timesing by. I'm going to times by this. You can work all of those bits there out, but I'll just show you that the bottom here is going to be 8 times 8 is 64, times 2 is 128, and here I've got 16 times 3 is 48. So my denominator then, that works out to be 80, doesn't it? And the top of mine ends up having a factor of 4 as well, and it works all the way down to get the answer you're looking for. I told my class to actually jump down to part C as well, though, in that for part C, to find the area of a triangle, all you needed to do was remind yourselves that the formula for the area of a triangle is a half one side times the other times the sine of the angle between them. So a half of, can we see it? So we're looking at these two here. A half of 4x take away 1 times by 8x take away 3 times the sine of the 15 between them. And all you do now is tapping in this value here and putting that in where your x's are, just tapping all of that in actually gives you the answer of 0.26. So a bit of working in here and the answer of 0.26. You could have jumped to that even if you got lost in all the algebra here. I'm going to stop there. Just coming back a minute, I've just checked I got this right, so I've just multiplied out those bits there to get the expansion there, and notice there, look, as I said, these have got factors of 4, so divide them all by 4. does indeed give what you're aiming for. That's root 6, isn't it? That's a plus root 6.